Andaman and Nicobar Islands are one of the most beautiful group of islands in India. Located to the southeast of mainland India, Andaman has a lot to offer to the tourists like white sand beaches, palm-filled shorelines, underwater corals and so on. Hello everyone, welcome to this series of videos on Andaman. We have a trip of 1 week and for each day there is a separate video. Andaman and Nicobar Islands is one of the 8 union territories in India. There are 836 islands in total, of which only 31 are inhabited and the rest are uninhabited. We are travelling from Kolkata to Port Blair, the capital of Andaman and Nicobar Islands. Our flight is scheduled to depart at 8:30 am. We started for the airport at around 5:45 am in a yellow taxi. The roads were pretty empty in the early morning hours and we reached Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose International Airport at around 6:25 am. After following the regular check-in and security procedures, we waited at gate number 20 for our flight. We flew with SpiceJet. Our flight was delayed by about 30 minutes, but it was a comfortable journey and we landed in Port Blair at around 11:10 am. We had given the responsibility of planning the trip to a travel agency this time, but I must say they were wonderful. Cabs were ready outside Veer Savarkar Airport to pick us up and drop at our hotel. We had prepared our lunch and brought it with ourselves so that we could save time for lunch, which we would otherwise have to spend in a restaurant. As soon as we freshened up after the hotel check-in, our car arrived to take us to the first destination. We have plans to visit 2 places today, Corbyn's Cove and Cellular Jail. We shall go to Corbyn's Cove first and then Cellular Jail. Corbyn's Cove beach is a coconut palm fringed beach which is located just 6 kilometers away from Port Blair. It took us around 20 minutes to reach this place from our hotel. A crystal clear beach with coconut and palm trees all around. It is a great place to relax. There are some shops around if you wish to have some food or snacks. Water sports activities are also available. We wished to do the water activities in Havelock or Neil Island, so we wouldn't do it here. Also, we are short of time today. We have to visit Cellular Jail next. This was a kind of floating jetty which my wife enjoyed a lot. That's our entire team, my mother, father, my father-in-law, my mother-in-law and my wife. We had reached here at about 1:20 pm. We spent around 1.5 hours here. Since Cellular Jail closes by 5 pm, we had to hurry up a little. So we started from here at about 2:45 pm. It is definitely worth spending more time in case you have time in hand. Our travel agent's team was present at the beach. As soon as we approached them, they looked up our schedule and called for a car immediately to drop us to Cellular Jail. The best part was they were already prepared with the plan. We just had to mention our party's name and they would take care of the rest. On the way to Cellular Jail, we stopped at Flag Point. This is the exact spot where the Indian flag was hoisted by Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose for the first time on Indian soil on December 30, 1943. We reached Cellular Jail at around 3:10 pm. Cellular Jail was a colonial prison used during the British era. Today it serves as a national memorial monument. Cellular Jail is open to visitors on all days except Monday. The visiting hours are 9 am to 12 noon and 2 pm to 5 pm. Entry ticket per person is Rs 30. There's a museum, an art gallery and a photo gallery on the left and right hand side as soon as we enter the jail. The museum is on the right hand side and the photo and art gallery is on the left hand side. The museum has material memories of items used by the prisoners and the jailers. This is one of the locks that was used in the cells. It also has books and articles written by our independence activists who were imprisoned here. Various articles are displayed on the walls which describe the details and history of the jail. Cellular Jail was also called Kala Pani. Here Kala does not mean black. It is used in reference to the Sanskrit word Kal, which means time or death. The term Kala Pani therefore meant the water of death or the place of death from where no one returned. There's a model of the cellular jail with all its 7 wings. This is how it looked like originally. The photo and art gallery is on the left hand side of the entrance. The photo gallery displays the details of the independence movements that were carried out and the biographies of the corresponding freedom fighters who were imprisoned for those movements. It will take us back to many lessons that we have studied in our history books, but standing inside the same jail where inhuman atrocities were carried out on our independence activists is altogether a very different experience. Two hours are never enough to visit Cellular Jail. You obviously need more time than that, and if you are a history lover, then you would like to spend even more time. I would suggest that you plan accordingly or have another day in hand as well when you can spend a few hours here. The art gallery is on top of the photo gallery. You have to take stairs to reach here. One of the chambers is dedicated to photographs of Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose. The other chamber has various photographs from different times of independence movement. After visiting the museum and the photo and art gallery, you reach the same corridor from where you entered the cellular jail. After crossing the corridor, we reach this open space. We had hired a guide to explain the history at Rs 200. This is the peepal tree which has stood as long as the jail. It is a silent and living witness to the torture inflicted by the British. While our guide was explaining, there was a fortunate interruption. This was the day of air show by Indian Air Force, which happens only once in a year. This platform is the place where the prisoners who were awarded death penalty could perform their last rites. This is the gallows house where the prisoners were hanged to death. This is inside the gallows house. See the 3 ropes? That means 3 prisoners could be hanged at one time. The gallows house was situated so that it could be visible from the other wings and the prisoners could hear the screams of the person being hanged. It was so inhuman. This was the work shed for the prisoners. Rather than calling it a work shed, it was a punishment center, where the prisoners were punished by giving them inhuman work, like extracting huge amount of oil, making very long ropes, and so on. There are models to demonstrate how the prisoners carried out the work. If the given task was not completed, the prisoners were punished even further by restricting their movement using metal fetters, with crossbar fetters being the toughest and chain fetters being the lenient among all. The jail's construction started in 1893 and the construction ended in 1906. Initially, the jail had 7 wings and a tower at the center, which served as intersection. Of the 7 wings, only 3 wings remain today. Each of the wings has 3 stories. There were a total of 696 cells. Visitors can take the stairs and go to first and second floor of one of the wings and see the cells. This is the cell of Veer Savarkar, after whom the airport of Port Blair is named. The cells were designed in such a manner that it was impossible to establish any communication even between inmates who were in cells next to each other. The prison guards would lock up the inmates and throw the key of the lock inside the jail. It was impossible to put the hand out and unlock the door, as his hand would never reach the lock. The tower at the intersection of the wings has its walls embedded with marble stones which have the names of the independence activists who were imprisoned here. If you notice carefully, most of the prisoners were from the states of Bengal and Punjab. The remote islands were considered to be a suitable place to punish the freedom fighters by the British. Besides being totally isolated from the mainland, it was next to impossible to escape from this jail. From the tower, you can take the stairs to go up to the terrace as well. From here, you get to see the 3 wings and the tower as well, along with the view of the ocean. The Cellular Jail closes at 5 p.m. and every visitor has to exit the premises by 5 p.m. Once it gets dark, there's a light and sound show in the Cellular Jail. During the winter, it starts at 5:30 p.m. It is important to book your seats beforehand online because you won't get them on spot. The ticket cost is Rs 300 per head. The website for booking tickets is mentioned in the description. So you have to exit the jail at 5 p.m. and then re-enter for the light and sound show. With amazing light and sound effect and the narration by Ashish Vidyarthi, the show tells the story of the jail and the sufferings that our independence leaders have undergone. The end of this 35-minute show brings us to the end of day 1. Tomorrow we are going to Havelock Island from Port Blair, so stay tuned for that video. I hope you have enjoyed this video. Please do hit the like button, share the video with your friends and family, and subscribe to my channel to show me your support. I'll see you in another video. Till then, take care and goodbye.